heard him sneaking in, so we just ran in the spot. And then we spin the block around just like they hang on the clock. Are you irresponsible without your money or not?
Being such a high draft pick comes at a cost. Mainly, everyone expecting you to resurrect the franchise. What helped you adjust to NFL life?
I made it a point to seek out one of the team captains, and I never left his side. I was determined to learn everything I could from him so I could become an integral part of the team's future.
Nights like this, I wish I was with you.
Fellas, we've got to have a great practice today. There's no other option. We've got 17 weeks, we strap it up and we get better each week. This is one of those times you got to take advantage of it, all right? So let's get at it.
Here we go, here we go. 180! I feel like a prince, I'm feeling myself. I wanted to flex, they told me to chill. I'm making a flip. Here we go. 180! Here we go, here we go, here we go. Black 80! Here we go, here we go. Here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Here we go, here we go. 180! If you know, you know. That's the reason we ball for. Here we go. 180!
Hey man, listen, great job today. It was a step in the right direction for you and this team. And as long as you keep moving in the right direction, we're gonna be just fine.
It is not easy being a rookie. The excitement, the pressure, the fanfare, the interviews, the draft process. Plus, there's a lot of players banking on you to make them successful too. It was still early days, but my teammates and I were getting to know each other, building the bonds that would keep us strong and competitive throughout the upcoming season. It was a press conference before our first game of my rookie season. But the reporters didn't waste any time filling me in on what the world was saying. I was glad they asked, because it helped me hone in on my ultimate goal. I was going to work as hard as I could to make sure the team and I were holding up that Lombardi trophy at the next Super Bowl.
Today, from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, it's Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Or so south of Candlestick Point, at a place that first opened back in 2014, as you get a look at Levi's Stadium. Here in Santa Clara, California. Today we start the new year with an NFC matchup out west between the Arizona Cardinals. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. And the San Francisco 49ers. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They're led out by their quarterback in his 7th season now from Eastern Illinois. It's Jimmy Garoppolo. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. Well, partner, we've seen rookie running backs come into the league and have success right out of the gate. You think most recently as Saquon Barkley finished 2nd in rushing yards his rookie season. Zeke Elliott led the NFL in rushing yards as a rookie 4 years ago. Do you think this kid has what it takes to follow in footsteps like that?
I certainly do, and I went back to my notes when I was scouting him coming out of college, and those were a couple of the names that I wrote down. Not as strict comparisons, but that type of ability. He has talent, he has smarts, his expectations for himself are high, as are his teams. And, you know, running back is a position you see going in the first round very often. This guy is justified being picked in the first round in my mind. And I think that he can carry a ball club if they just hand him the ball 20 to 25 times a game. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 43. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
23 yards the pickup there. And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive. On first down, it's Simmons. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A great play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Now Garoppolo and the Niners will come up and go for two. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will get in to make it 8-0. Interesting. I mean, they're putting their foot on the gas here early, going for two to go up 8-0.
Well, after that drive, you have to believe that they thought to themselves, if we can do that, what's another 2 yards? Let's go get those and get 2 points as a result.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Here come the Cardinals, and it is Kyler Murray from Oklahoma who leads them out. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. From the gun, Murray. Murray has it knocked loose. Fumble. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they...
Murray fighting, lost the football. And this is going to be 49er football. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2 things to watch. First is strength and being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. A great effort there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the 49ers add on to their lead. Well, he scrambled outside of the pocket, wondered what was going to happen there. He fired a dart. That's what happened.
He certainly did. Scrambled left, looked left, and then left it in the receiver's hands with some dispatch.
In the receiver's hands, in the end zone for the score. Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with 2 PATs. They got the 2-point conversion the first time. They failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 14 points.
Cardinals take over first down 2 at their own 22-yard line.
So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Murray complete to his running back, Kenyon Drake. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
This is taken at the 18. A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And he's made it easy for us to put together a highlight package. Just wondering what he ate before this one started.
Let's include that in the package, right? Get the gourmet out here, figure it all out, and you're guaranteed he'll do that going forward as well, because with a game like this, you don't want to change things too much. Oh, yeah, you also want to continue to get that great blocking he's received today, too.
Yeah, kudos to the guys up front indeed. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play. Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. Then the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. So shall we say a bold decision to go for it, and that bold decision does not pay off.
And when you talk about bold, you're saying all cap.
Touchdown, Cardinals! Kenyon Drake, 36 yards. And the Cardinals have cut it to within a score.
Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
And first and foremost, this is all about vision. He can see the play developing right in front of him, and once he's past the line of scrimmage and got a full head of steam behind him, he's just going to keep right on going.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down.
And he's going to have a Niners 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. A nice nice pickup there. And, Charles, speaking of this guy, this rookie, he has been outspoken. A great article made the rounds a couple of days ago essentially saying that he wants to take this team to the playoffs. He wants that more than any kind of individual award that's out there. And that certainly seems like the right kind of attitude to have.
Oh, there's no question about that, Brandon. And to be fair, if this team makes the playoffs, he'll be in the Rookie of the Year contention and conversation anyway. And so I think that the general manager, ownership, they have to have big grins on their faces because this is exactly why they drafted this young man. The talent was there. They just needed him to help get this team over the top. And if he's Rookie of the Year and they make the playoffs, that's exactly what they got him for.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jimmy Garoppolo with his 2nd touchdown pass of this first half. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Well, you're not going to hear Jimmy Garoppolo mentioned among the strongest arms in the league, but that doesn't mean he can't beat you with a long one.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's 3rd down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham, you have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
And that one spanning an even 65 yards in the air, according to Next Gen Stats. And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not. They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. And now this is right in Kyle Shanahan's wheelhouse. He'll go for 2 here. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. Popular down near the goal line. Quick slant. Nice job there to get in, knock it away.
It was. One of the other things you're concerned about when you throw that route is to make sure your offensive linemen use their leverage to get the hands of the defensive front down so you can throw it through that little bit of crowd and get it to the receiver. In this event, they did, but a nice play by the defender knocking it away.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10. At their own 20.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6. At the 27.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Pretty solid coverage there by the All-Pro Richard Sherman, able to get a hand in.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
This is taken at about the 14. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds.
Able to hit on a big play right there in the 2-minute drill. Now they've got a chance to use all the remaining clock and build on their lead right before halftime.
So the challenge comes in inside of 2 minutes, and it gets overturned.
And it changes the whole format of what's about to happen because both sides had thought a certain call had been made. Now they have to flip back and start over.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis. That'll bring up second down.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 36 yards on the play.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because...
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown, 49ers. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Well, they had a couple of yards to gain there on the 2-point conversion, and they were able to do it.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in the 2-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it into the end zone.
Yeah, they did. It worked. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Cardinals take over first and 10. At their own 20.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Yeah, right now, under 100 yards of total offense. He'll get this to his running back, Edmonds.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
Murray now on first down. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Throwing again on second down. Murray, and that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Again, they'll throw with Murray. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run.
7 from the 23. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Matt Ryan, 2 touchdown passes, as his guys are able to get the victory in their season opener. We'll stay in the NFC South as we head over to the Big Easy. Check on the Saints at home at...
All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be fielded inside the 5. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Now on first down, Drake again. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defense in front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
And there's the beauty of Kyler Murray, because we all know he can get it done through the air. Terrific right arm, and nowadays we don't even talk about his height anymore. He's shown that he can see downfield and make throws, but he also possesses wide receiver speed. He can call his own number or scramble and turn it into a big play as well. Kyler Murray, a dual threat at the quarterback position.
From the 31, Murray, and that's incomplete.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with, some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. Then he's got the completion to Hopkins. And a loose football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right?
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. A big play there for the Niners. 41 yards.
Frankly, I don't know that this defense knows what to do anymore. Just look at their body language out there. The passing game has absolutely been relentless throughout.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. Kendrick Bourne, the intended receiver, and that takes us from second to third down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. It brings up fourth down. They'll go for him. It's Garoppolo. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on fourth down.
On any given pass play, you exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now.
He is defended by Patrick Peterson.
Garoppolo again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
Garoppolo going to go on fourth down. And that is going to be incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. Well, they were 2 for 3 on fourth down tries. Now they're unsuccessful. That brings them down to 50%.
But that's a percentage you have to feel pretty good about. You know, 2 for 4, 2 for 3 before.
Murray has it knocked loose, fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
And now this is right in Kyle Shanahan's wheelhouse. He'll go for 2 here. They're going to try and run. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
The Cardinals take over first and 10. At their own.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Simmons, and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Back now here in Santa Clara. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. But he breaks through another tackle. Sheds a second man.
He's building up some momentum, isn't he?
And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, They've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And this offense continues to pour it on. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week one. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week one. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, two sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here first and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Something to watch here in week one of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really rackets up on opening week.
And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here first and 10. Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
But he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a fourth down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. And the Niners are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for San Francisco, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Arizona, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat.
And they will be back home next week for a date with Washington.
So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
The regular season was off to a hot start, and I was full of confidence when I stepped up to that podium. If the press wanted a quote, I was going to give them one to remember. I said my piece. Gave him a good quote to run with, too. And then I stepped away. But, despite my answer, I knew the games ahead would determine if the hype was real or just hot air.
I remember that day. The game plan flowed through you, but everyone has someone they can lean on. Which teammate helped you the most?
The whole team respected his opinion. He was sort of the veteran voice of the team everyone looked up to. No matter how things went, I knew I could count on him. One press conference that stands out to me in particular was when I first got to use the buzz of my season to build momentum for a big game we had coming up. More than anything, I hoped showcasing our strengths to the press and the fans would also amp up my teammates. And it did, but it turns out they weren't the only ones who were listening.
Today, from SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, 12 of the NFL on EA Sports.
San Francisco 49ers and the Los Angeles Rams. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Rams team as they interplay. Things haven't gone exactly according to plan to this point, but boy, you and I down there with them before the game, they were fired up.
And they understand how important this game is. Win this one, they can start to think about a turnaround.
On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers, they come in off the extended break from the bye.
I think it was much needed as well. You play 2.5 months, you're ready for some time off to get set for the home stretch.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Wishing he had a mulligan. That's not how you want to start the game.
Not at all, because not only do you give up the penalty and good field position, but it just kills the momentum of your team as you start a game.
On 1st and 10, Goff. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up.
Here's Goff. Incomplete.
Goff's pass. Incomplete.
3rd play here this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Here's Goff. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. They went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th.
Well, the idea is to throw the ball on 3rd and short because you think your receiver is going to make that guy miss an open field, because if he does, you're almost surely going to get a 1st down. In this case, it didn't work.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. First time we get to see the 49ers offense behind their quarterback, now in his 7th season as a pro from Eastern Illinois. It's Jimmy Garoppolo. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Oh, he's going to take a shot. It got his man complete. And all the way down to the 29.
Pass interference. Defense.
Don't do us like that.
So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. It's the correct call.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Michael Brocker's in on the stop.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Flushed out right. Able to locate his running back open downfield. And he is going to have a 49ers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So here we are, Charles, the calendar turning to November, and when you talk about the great performances that we've seen from the rookie class this year, I think this young running back is right near the top. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Niners have taken the early lead. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Bobby Gold kickoff for San Francisco.
So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. Oh, the return is Henderson. And he returns this to the 22.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 28-yard line.
Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 41-yard line.
This is Geis. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
2 brings up 3rd down and 6.
A shotgun snap for Goff. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.